Hey vinyl community, it's Jeff. Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a vinyl finds video for February 2023. It's been an okay month, I guess, for picking up new titles. Unfortunately, I've been so busy I really haven't had that much of an opportunity to listen to actually very many of them. So I'll just go through them here quickly and show you what I've been able to acquire. What I have here is a combination of albums found in the wild, which has been a little bit better than in recent months, and then some that I've ordered online. I'll start off with a couple that I purchased as new or newer releases from my local record store. Both are jazz albums. I never have, and I would certainly at this point not even call myself as even a half expert on jazz, but I really do enjoy jazz. I've been buying jazz records for a number of years now, but it's, as everybody knows, a huge rabbit hole and there's just way too much to learn. But I've recently learned about and have been more directly watching videos from two jazz-based channels that I'm sure if you're watching me, you're familiar with these channels, Jazz Bums and Straight Talk with Jack Graham. Both channels just phenomenal for information. And another one recently that I just started, the Jazz Shepherd, I think, is another one. So anyways, I'm kind of nitpicking, going back through the archives of these channels just to try to learn about some releases and what kind of come as recommendations. And the first two jazz albums here that I have are recommendations that I've seen on their channels. The first one here is Art Pepper Plus 11. This is a series that was pressed by Craft Recordings, and I guess it's a culmination between Acoustic Sounds and Contemporary Records to sort of reissue these older titles. So this one here is remastered by Bernie Grundman, and specifically I recently saw this on Jack Graham's channel where he talked about this record. I think the video is probably from a few months back now, but where he talked about this record and how well it is. This is a stereo pressing. It's still sealed, haven't opened it yet, but look forward to listening to that one. And this is an older one that I've actually seen as an older title called Playboys. Playboys, I think, was originally released in 1957 by World Pacific Records, and a few years after that released on Pacific Jazz Records under the title Pictures of Heath. This is a Blue Note reissue from last year on the Tone Poet series, which I think everybody is familiar with, released with the titles Pictures of Heath. This, of course, mastered by Kevin Gray. I don't need to go into any details about the Tone Poet series. I think everyone's quite familiar with it. It's not a gatefold. I don't believe this one is also still sealed, but look forward to listening to this one. This was released in, I think, December of 2022. But my local store still had a copy, so happy to pick that up. Okay, the next two are a bunch that I've picked up in the wild, actually, from a used store that usually only sort of gears towards compact discs and DVDs. But they do have some records, and these are two that I found there. This is Bob Marley's Survival, and really nice shape, a Bob Marley record that I didn't have, and I bought this, I think it was $9, $7 or $9. It's a Canadian pressing on Island Records, so very happy to add Survival to the Bob Marley collection. there's the maple leaf there. A lot of the Canadian pressings to show that it was pressed in Canada. Cut into my Enos Ambient series. This is On Land Ambient 4. I found this at the same store. This was a little bit more. I think this was about 25 bucks, but it was in really nice shape. I'm still missing Ambient 3. This is on, what did I say? On Land, and I believe this is the Editions EG. Yeah. So I've listened to both of these, and both sound great. Happy to find them both. Now the next 4 of them here, I found at an antique mall that's just around the corner from me, and over the last few months there's been, I'm not sure if they're new vendors or they're just kind of moving stuff around, and in doing so they've kind of brought in potentially some new stuff, because this was all new to me, a place that I go to semi-regularly, but I was great to add all these to the collection. There's 4 of them here. The first is Two-Way Army, featuring Gary Newman, and I want to give a shout out to my friend from Texas, Edward at Prog Hat. He actually showed this album, I believe, in his finds video today, as he also acquired this record in the month of February, and that's on Beggar's Banquet, and it's a Canadian pressing, I believe. Yes, it is. And I think this is only my second Gary Newman album. So, happy to get that. Also my second album from another Newman, but this one is Randy Newman, Sail Away. And I thought this was a gatefold, but maybe it's not. I've seen it as a gatefold. This is a Canadian pressing on Reprise. Haven't listened to this one yet. I'm fairly new to Randy Newman. I can't even remember the name of the one that I have. I think it's a picture of him on the front cover standing on a bridge. You can kind of see the highway behind him. I think it's a black and white cover. Anyways, forgive me for not remembering the title of it. But this is one that I've seen quite a bit as one that's highly recommended for those who like Randy's music. So it was only a few dollars. I don't remember exactly, under $10, but Randy Newman. And here's one that in 1989, I gotta admit, I listened to quite a bit. It was an album that my wife really enjoyed. I'm a big Genesis fan, and so I was happy to find a copy of this on LP. This is Phil Collins, But Seriously. I mean, this was a huge album. It was very commercially successful for Phil. Listened to it quite a bit. This is on Atlantic Records back in the late 80s, early 90s. So I actually showed this to my wife when I got it too, and it was maybe 10 bucks. And she was quite happy to see it in the collection, unlike a lot of the other stuff that I get. But yeah, she enjoys Phil Collins too. We've seen Genesis a couple of times live, and we've also seen Phil Collins solo with a band, but outside of Genesis. Here's an album I don't know very much about, to be quite honest with you. This is Renaissance, and it is a self-titled album. Very interesting, kind of cool cover that I don't even know how you would say it. It's almost futuristic, but then again, it's almost maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure what it's supposed to depict, but an island or some sort of I don't know, newer civilization there. I'm not sure. Anyways, here's a picture of the band on the back cover. I'm familiar with Renaissance. I have a live album of theirs. And I believe that this particular album had an alternate cover as well. This is released on Island Records. It's a gatefold. Nice picture of the band inside there. And again, this was from the antique kind of market just around the corner for me. Island Records. with the sunburst or the sunrise label. So again, haven't listened to this one yet, but it was only a few dollars, and happy to pick that up. Renaissance. I have 2 more albums. They're both new, both still sealed. So the first one that I'm going to show here, and I'm not sure how to pronounce it, I haven't listened to the LP, but this record, I want to say it was Steve Carlson who recommended this to me. And it's been shown by a number of people in the vinyl community over the last few months since it was released. It's the debut album called Not Tight by, and I want to say Domi and J.D. Beck. I say Domi because, I mean, as a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, everybody knows Ty Domi, so that's how you spell it. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. Feel free to correct me in the comments below, need be. But this is their debut album, made in Germany. This is still sealed. I have listened to this digitally, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I don't know how to. I mean, it's kind of got some jazzy points. It's certainly poppy, but I find it very fresh. Like every song is different. It's very upbeat, very creative. I love it. I can't wait to get it open and listen to it on the turntable. Features a number of guest musicians. Just let you have a quick look there of who else is on this. But I really enjoyed this. Check it out. This is Not Tight. And the last one I have is a well-known record from this band. One that I've never seen. It's regarded as one of their best, if not their best in some circles and to a lot of people. This is actually a Parlophone reissue from 2012, and I found it at a record store at a local mall here. The name of the record store is Sunrise, and Sunrise Records you see across Canada with stores, a lot of them in malls. And this particular Sunrise, I found in the past, whoever purchases the records for the store, they're quite up to date and knowledgeable with jazz. You can just kind of tell the jazz titles that they purchased and they stock. They certainly know what they're doing. And from a chain store like that, you don't always necessarily see that. But I was surprised, and I'm wondering if this was maybe an inventory somewhere in a back room, or it had come from another location maybe that had closed or whatever. But again, this is a Parlophone reissue from 2012 of Talk Talk's Spirit of Eden. I've opened it, but I haven't listened to it yet because apparently there was some other goodies with it. There was actually oh, and I had it right on. Oh, here it is here, I think. It came with a bonus CD, and I think it came with another multimedia thing, and of course a download card. And so for an album that's pretty, even the reissues to find from Talk Talk Spirit of Eden, I was really happy to find a copy. There kind of shows you what's the goodies within, if you will. I was really happy to find a copy of this that was still sealed. Sorry about the glare too. I really do apologize. As some of you may know, I'm new. This is my new music room, if you will, / office. I used to be in the room on my left here, so I've upgraded into this room, and I've only done maybe 5 or 6 videos from this room from different points. I'm just trying to figure out the lighting. But anyways, lastly, again, Spirit of Eden, Talk Talk. I was happy to find a still sealed copy of this. And that does it for the vinyl finds for February 2023. I want to thank everybody for watching the video. I want to thank everybody for subscribing. I really do appreciate having you all. Comment if you wish below, and until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.